Okay, welcome and hi students, friends, and in this lectures we are discussing the new content and with the new method of teaching, that is we using the green board, that is exceptions of the whiteboards using green board or the oldest method for the teachings. And in these lectures we are discussions the electric field intensity or electric field, that is we are discussions electric field, taking the headings of our new topic, new board or new method of teaching, electric field or electric field intensity. Electric field intensity. Electric field or electric field intensity. In the same lectures we are discussions what is the electric field, some mathematical expressions of the electric field, equations of electric field, and dimensions, units of the electric fields. Then start the definitions of electric field. The region around a charged body, region around a charged object which can experience a charged object which can experience a Coulomb force. Coulomb force is called electric field or electric field intensity. Electric field intensity. What is the electric field and electric field intensity? It is the region अराउंड द चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट. एक चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट आहे त्याच्या अराउंड जी काही रिजन आहे, स्पेरिकल रिजन आहे, त्या रिजनला म्हटलं जातं इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. केव्हा ते एक्सपिरियन्स द कुलोम फोर्स विच कॅन बी एक्सपिरियन्स द कुलोम. त्या ठिकाणी कुलोम फोर्स जर अवेलेबल असेल, कुलोम फोर्स अवेलेबल असणारच आहे बिकॉज दे आर चार्ज्ड ऑब्जेक्ट आहे, then this is called as electric field or electric field intensity. Mathematically the electric field intensity is mathematically electric field is force per unit charge. Force per unit charge. Force per unit charge. Force, that is the Coulomb force where we experienced the object and charges. Force per unit charge. We know that the Coulomb force F is equal to जे काही इक्वेशन्स 1/4 pi epsilon 0 जे काही आपण इक्वेशन्स लिहिलेले होते ते इक्वेशन्स असणार आहे. बट before we are discussions, consider one of the region. Then in that region the capital Q and small q are the charges, two different charges. Capital Q and small q be the two charges, and the separated distance, that is r, and we are right in the same conditions in here. The capital Q and small q be the charges separated by the distance, separated with distance इज आर इज द सेपरेटेड डिस्टन्स. ठीक आहे, या ठिकाणी दोन चार्जेस आहेत असं कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे आपण, Q1 आणि Q2, आणि त्यामध्ये जे काही डिस्टन्स आहे की नॉट Q1 Q2 कॅपिटल Q अँड स्मॉल q बी द टू charges separated with the distance. Then force of attraction or maybe repulsion in between, then we write the Coulombs equations, that is F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into, that is, this is the Coulomb, K is constant, Coulombs constant, that is the product of their charges, magnitude of the charges divided by square of distance between them. Square, it is r square, r is the distance between two charges, into we are added, we are multiply with the one of the another terms, that is we use in the previous lecture. हे term आपण previous lecture मध्ये use केलेला आहे. Then this r, the r cap be the unit vector, आपण वेक्टर ह्या कंटेंट शिकत असताना एक शिकलो की युनिट वेक्टर्स हॅव्हिंग द मॅग्निट्यूड इज 1. जर एका कुठल्याही टर्म्सला 1 न मल्टिप्लाय केलं तर ते येणाऱ्या जे टर्म्स आहे, येणारा जो रिझल्ट आहे त्यामध्ये कुठल्याही पद्धतीचं इफेक्ट दिसत नाही. त्यामुळं हे काय एव्हरी निग्लेक्टेबल आहे, मल्टिप्लाय विथ 1. देन वी नो दॅट by the mathematically electric field is force per unit charge. This is the Coulomb forces or forces in between two charges. Then we write the equations of electric field or electric field intensity. Then electric field intensity E bar is equal to, both are in the vector form. Then we write the equations, that is E bar is equal to F bar divided by, this is the Q, consider the charges, F upon Q. We know that the equations of F, this is the one of the equations we write, this is the equation number 1. F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q divided by Q into Q, that is capital Q and small q are the two charges and separated with the distance r square into r cap, divided by choose the charges, Q is the small charges or charges, and the intensity, electric field intensity is equal to force per unit charge, and this is the equations of the Coulomb forces, this is the F and another, this is the Q. Then we cancel the numerator and denominator having the same term and we write the remaining equations. We know that the electric field intensity or electric field is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. We are right remaining terms, this Q will be cancelled and Q divided by r cap square into r cap. This r cap is the unit vectors, and this whole equations is the value or equations of electric field or electric field intensity. Then we are discussing the SI units and another dimensions of this electric field. Electric field are applied the spherically जे काय स्पेअर एक कन्सिडर, दिस इज द चार्ज ऑब्जेक्ट आहे, एक रॉड आहे हॅव्हिंग द एनी चार्जेस, दे मे बी पॉझिटिव्ह और निगेटिव्ह, त्याच्या सर्वभोवती जे काही रिजन तयार होते स्पेरिकल रिजनमध्ये ते इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड असते. तर आपण आता बघायचं इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी और इलेक्ट्रिक फील्डची जी काही unit as well as dimensions. The SI unit of electric intensity is Newton per Coulomb. Why they will be Newton per Coulomb? This is the force per charges, Newton per Coulomb. SI unit of electric intensity or electric field intensity, electric field intensity electric field intensity is Newton per पर कुलोम. न्यूटन आणि कुलोम या दोघे सायंटिस्टला जरी कितीही जरी राग आला तरी आपण जे फुल फॉर्म लिहित असतो ऑलवेज स्टार्ट विथ द स्मॉल लेटर्स. दे ऑल्सो नेम असू द्या कुठल्याही पद्धतीचा एखाद्या माणसाचं नाव असलं तरी आपण कसं स्टार्ट करायचं, स्मॉल लेटरनं स्टार्ट करायचं. दिस इज द रूल ऑफ रायटिंग ऑफ SI युनिट्स. न्यूटन पर कुलोम. अँड वी राईट द dimensions of electric field intensity or electric field is, we know that the dimensions of force is L1 m1 t raised to minus 2. The dimensions of force divided by dimensions of charges, that is L1 m1 t raised to minus 2 divided by the charges is the traveling per current. This is the equations of current traveling charges divided by time. Okay, and we know that charges is equal to current into time. म्हणजे करंट असे कॅल्क्युलेट केलं जातं किती चार्जेस पर युनिट टाइम मध्ये पासेस झालं त्याला करंट म्हटलं जातं. देन जर क्यू आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचं असेल तर हे जे टी आहे मल्टिप्लाय करणार आहे आणि क्यू इज इक्वल टू आय इंटू टी. देन वी नो दॅट current, it is the fundamental. We know that I raised to 1 and T raised to 1. आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे इलेक्ट्रिक इंटेन्सिटी और इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी किंवा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्डची जी काही डायमेन्शन्स आहेत ते आपल्या या ठिकाणी फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे. देन वी नो दॅट E इज इक्वल टू एकाच रेशोमध्ये एकाच टर्ममध्ये जर लिहायचं असेल तर टी हे वर गेल्यानंतर परत काय होणार आहे, मायनस होणार आहे. देन टी प्लस 1 अँड वर गेल्यानंतर -1 आर मल्टिप्लाय. द सेम टर्म्स मल्टिप्लाय असेल तर त्याची जी काही पॉवरची जे काय होत असते ॲडिशन्स होत असते. देन वी नो दॅट आय रेस टू -1 हे I1 आहे, वर गेल्यानंतर -1 होईल. आय रेस टू -1, L raised to 1, M raised to 1 and T raised to -3. This is the dimensions of electric field intensity or electric field. We are discussing in the same lectures, that is what is the electric field, definitions of electric field, and we know that equations of electric field. This is the equations. We use the star equations of electric field. And SI units of electric field. SI units of electric field is Newton per Coulomb, because we using this formula applied force per unit charges, the Coulomb force per unit charges. And another terms is we finding the dimensions of electric field intensity. These are totals of the electric field intensity. In the next lecture, we are discussing electric field intensity due to the point charges in a material medium. These are discussions in vacuum mediums. We are discussing the electric field intensity due to the point charges in a material medium. We are start to revisions of these same theoretical parts. The electric field or electric field intensity, it is the region around the charged object. It is the region around the charged object which can be experienced the Coulomb force, and it is called as electric field or electric field intensity. Then mathematically the electric field or electric force, electric field intensity is the force per unit charge. Force per unit charge. And we consider two charges, that is capital Q and small q are the two charges are situated any points, and they separated with the distance, that is r is the distance between two charges having the q and both are q's, capital Q and caps Q and small q, having the separated with the distance, that is r. Then F is equal to the force, Coulomb force is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r square, r is the separated distance, into we are multiply one of the smallest term, that is r cap, it is the unit vector. The having unit vector ची मॅग्निट्यूड 1 असते. हे कुठल्याही नंबरला जर 1 ने मल्टिप्लाय केल्यानंतर येणाऱ्या नंबरमध्ये कुठल्या येणाऱ्या रिझल्टमध्ये कुठलाही इफेक्ट पडत नाही, हे ह्याच लेक्चरमध्ये सांगितलं आहे. देन r cap be the unit vector. Then E is equal to, by the mathematically, E is equal to force per unit charge. Electric field is the force per unit charge, and force per unit charge, electric field is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square into r, and we cancel this same q in here. Then the electric field exists around the charges irrespective of the presence of other charges, irrespective of the presence of any other charges. Then force and electric fields are both are in a vector form. जर हे दोन्ही वेक्टर्स असतील तर या इलेक्ट्रिक फिल्डचा डायरेक्शन्स असणं गरजेचं. दिस इज द दिस गिव्स द मॅग्निट्यूड or numerical value of the electric field or electric field intensity. Then the electric field or electric field intensity in the same directions of Coulomb force. जे काही ज्या डायरेक्शनमध्ये कुलोम्ब फोर्स असते त्याच डायरेक्शनमध्ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड किंवा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी असते. अशा पद्धतीने आपण इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड आणि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी बघितलेलं आहे. तर नेक्स्ट लेक्चरमध्ये आपण बघणार इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेन्सिटी ड्यू टू द पॉइंट चार्जेस इन द मटेरियल मीडियम.